is Luis, and these are my partners, Jake and Devin. We're here to teach you about the problem of greenhouse gas pollution, the dangers that come with it, and possible solutions that will help us tackle an area that generates these greenhouse gases. So, what is greenhouse gas pollution? Well, the dictionary definition of pollution is the presence in or introduction into the environment of a substance or thing that has harmful or poisonous effects. In this case, the harmful substances are the greenhouse gases. Now, according to NASA, gases in the atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide, trap heat just like the glass roof of a greenhouse, hence the name greenhouse gas. So, although this property of the Earth's atmosphere is one of the main components that has allowed this planet to sustain life, an increase of these greenhouse gases leads to possible fatalistic events. One of those, which I'm sure you guys have heard of, is global warming. So, in this presentation, we will primarily target the lessening of the greenhouse gas carbon dioxide, which is commonly found in carbon emissions from generating energy. Once again, according to NASA, burning fossil fuels like coal and oil puts more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And here, this image is burning of an oil field in Iraq. And this black smoke, that's carbon dioxide. Okay, now for comparison. An ocean and massive 36.8 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide are pumped out into the atmosphere each year. So to put this into perspective, this is a blue whale. This is the largest animal to ever live on planet Earth. Now down to the bottom left of the image, this small speck, that is a human. So this is a size comparison, but what about a weight comparison? An average adult blue whale weighs about 220,000 pounds, while an average adult male human weighs a little under 140 pounds. Now, after doing the math, you can find out that the amount of carbon dioxide pumped out into the atmosphere equals about 370 million of these. So, the solution to this energy pollution crisis is finding a reliable source of energy that does not produce these pollutants as a result. There are many renewable energy sources, and we are here to make an argument for our three candidates to show you, our audience, why we believe each one is a possible solution to this crisis.
For the first solution, we chose to use solar energy. This is because solar energy is a very good candidate to reduce pollution. And this is because once solar panels are in place, they do not produce any pollution themselves. It's only during the manufacture and when they are recycled or thrown away that they produce any pollution at all. Solar panels work by harnessing the sun's energy, and when that energy hits the solar panel, it knocks electrons loose within the solar cell, and these electrons flow to an output source to generate energy. Another way to use the sun for energy is with solar thermal power plants. These plants focus the sun's energy to a point, usually onto a large tank of water to produce steam. This steam then powers a turbine that produces electricity. However, these methods of energy production, do not compare to current means of energy production, such as coal. So some limitations and implications of solution one is, first of all, the materials to make them. The materials that go into solar panels and solar thermal plants are very costly and sometimes hazardous if not cared for properly. Additionally, land use is also a large factor for solar power plants because these can take up large amounts of land. And also, efficiency of solar panels can also limit them greatly. Since they do not work at night, they're severely limited in their energy producing properties. One way to combat this is by improving them, by moving the cells closer together, or having them track the sun. An implication is that not all people would be able to afford these solar panels since they'd be more costly if they were improved. However, as writer Otis Eminem states, though costly to implement, solar energy offers a clean, renewable source of power. The second solution, hydroenergy, is another story. Hydroelectric dams use turbines to generate power and have done so for generations. People have used hydropower to dry grain for many years. Right now, there are currently 3 types of hydropower: impoundment, diversion, and pump storage. With impoundment, the dam controls the speed of the water, to depending on the energy needed into the turbine. The next way, diversion, takes an output from a river and diverts that into a turbine off-site. And finally, pump storage is where water is pumped uphill, where it can then be used for future energy production. As Cristina Nunes states, hydropower has several advantages. One, once a dam has been built and the equipment is installed, the energy source, flowing water, is free. Additionally, as the Energy Information Administration's graph shows, hydropower and other renewable electricity generation, hydropower has been at the top of these lists, usually by a lot. Some limitations of this are the materials and upfront cost. There's large land use associated with these hydroelectric dam plants, and the impact on the environment can often be large, and it can interrupt ecosystems as a whole. Also, efficiency can also be limited because it will eventually need to be fixed. However, these plants can stay in place for numbers of years without having maintenance needs be done on them.
Now, with growing need for clean energy, it is vital that we look at nuclear energy as a potential option. The way this works is by splitting the atoms of nucleus in a process called nuclear fission to create sustainable energy for a long period of time. Now, in comparison to the other options that we've presented, this is the lowest by far in greenhouse gas emissions, and according to the Nuclear Energy Institute, constitutes about 62% of clean energy emissions throughout the US and 20% in total. Because the source of fuel for nuclear energy is uranium, it does not use fossil fuels and is therefore not affected by the cost fluctuality of oil and gas, and contributes positively to global warming, which is a very popular subject these days. On top of that, it has a very good ratio of fuel to energy production, and it has the capacity to meet city and industrial needs with only one reactor, let alone multiple. And with the source being uranium, we have at least 80 years left before the supply starts to become a problem. And on top of this, it is very economically beneficial to build these plants, as they create, according to the NEI, again, they create 400 to 700 permanent jobs, plus extra for the construction of the plants. And once these are up and running, have very low maintenance costs. However, it is estimated that at the upfront cost, it costs about $8,000 per kilowatt, including the transmission and loan interest costs. So this is a very high upfront cost and is a very big investment before you see any energy results, and is therefore like a risky option. Because uranium is the source of fuel, uranium radioactivity spreads throughout and can potentially endanger the environment, the people around, and the staff inside. Also, since these reactors have in the past they have melted down and caused great damage to the and the public is very afraid of this. And although they are proven relatively safe, accidents do happen, and since safety is such a big industry standard, it cannot be overlooked. Now, just as a quick comparison between all the sources, solar energy is just a clean, renewable source of energy, however, does not produce nearly enough to sustain what we need to, and mostly because it only works when the sun is out and takes up large amounts of land. Similar to that, hydropower is low maintenance and creates decent energy. However, it also takes up a large amount of land and costs a lot to build. Nuclear energy has the greatest energy output and the lowest emissions. However, there is great potential danger, radioactivity, and is not renewable for more than almost 80 years. So, for our best solution, we chose hydroelectric power, as it has been proven to work in the past, can be sustained for a long time, and pros massively outweigh the cons, as it is a clean source of energy and usable for a long time. Thank you.
Terrific. Just a couple of questions for you guys, and we'll go right across. So, Jake, in what way did you improve your ability to work with a group as a result of the work you did on this project?
In this project, at the start of it, we
Sure.
didn't really have that good teamwork, so we didn't really know each other. But then once we got deeper into this project and started like sitting together a lot more often during lunch and break to work on this, we were able to form a better bond and therefore work better together as a group and produce better content.
Okay, good. And then moving across, Luis, describe how the content of the team's presentation was changed as a result of you guys talking about it. Like, what specifically came out of that conversation?
So I guess the collaboration between like each of our voice in this project, well, it really changed. Like for example, nuclear energy. Like we brought up a whole lot of viewpoints. For example, the meltdowns and the public's opinion on these meltdowns. That was one of the many new ideas that came up with this presentation. So I believe that collaboration as a team has really helped like, develop and enhance what we had said.
Okay, good. And then finally, Devin, in what way does your team's resolution make you think differently about your IRR?
All right, yeah, so for my IRR, we wrote a little differently on mostly solar panels, but this, for me, it speaks to the potential that they have, and that because this was the best one, the solution that we wrote about may not have been the best option, which kind of changes around the conclusion that we had thought of before.
Okay, good. Thanks, guys.